Okay, so I don't know when this is going to be uploaded, but I'm recording this on November 9th, 2016. And I feel like this is a timely question to respond to. But the prompt that I was given was, is putting up posts about a candidate for a presidential campaign, even though it is freedom of speech, infringing on other people's freedom of speech? Um, and I feel like this is necessary for me to address as a teacher, in the context of like engaging respectfully in dialogue with others, because not a lot of that has happened um, over the last long, painful while. And it was increasingly hateful what I saw as people posted things about candidates, which was disheartening and frustrating. And I experienced listening to student conversations that were particularly divisive. Um, and it was hard for me. Like, I have my own opinion, but I'm not going to hate somebody who has different political ideology than I do. And I've never been like a party line voter, or a one issue voter. It's always been there's a complexity of things I care about, and looking into those different issues and how that impacts how I vote and how I choose, particularly a presidential candidate, which is like the big deal one. But there's also other candidates. Like I vote on everything on my ballot when it comes. Like I look up this stuff and figured out I've always in Oregon voted by mail. And so I have just sat with my ballot and look up every issue and every candidate and figure out who I want to vote for. But is that infringing? If I am passionate about something, am I infringing on someone else's freedom of speech by posting about it? I don't think so. But what I think is most important is to remember that there are people who disagree and to dialogue about it carefully. And I think what's best is to say what you do support about someone rather than what you don't like about them. And the other one, that's where I feel like there's a lot of frustration, because there were lots of things to not like about people running for president this time around, and I saw a lot of hate, and unfortunately, like I had to try and be careful. Like if people who knew me could pretty easily figure out where I lie, but I would hope that that wouldn't assume then that I would um, disrespect anyone on the other position. I would want to still be able to have healthy dialogue. And I had a frustrating time with some students who were not willing to have good dialogue, and I tried not to have dialogue, and I tried to stop other students from having fights and provoking people. Perhaps not super successfully. But it was a disheartening thing. But I think that it's important to recognize, like, no, it's not infringing on someone else's freedom of speech to voice your opinion. But however you voice your opinion, you should do so with gentleness and respect, which, like, straight up First Peter, man. But very genuinely, like defending what you believe in any context, and if you're passionate about a political position, to be able to represent that with love and gentleness, and to be respectful that not everybody's going to agree with you is so significant, and unfortunately was not something I saw a lot of in and not even just in the school, but in what I saw online, in social media, the people that I love and respect, who engaged less than respectfully with others. And that was really hard for me, because for me, I would hope that any student, like, if you figure out my political views, like, okay, that's fine. But what I would hope you would know is that most of all, like, for me, it's about love and respect, and about, like, I care less about voicing my political opinion than I do about voicing my opinion about who Jesus is. And he is all about love and respect, and has commanded me to be loving and respectful. And I don't think that fits any particular political parties aren't about Jesus. And so there are people who love Jesus who vote differently than each other, because of different passions and things they care about. And that's something we should all respect about each other. So be respectful in your engagement with political ideas.